So we're all talking about the plunge so far this year. What's your read on that? Are we going to see a bounce back? Is this a new reality?
We've seen this same dip the last 2 years. We just came out with some research showing that there was a 30 to 35% dip both in 2016 and 2017 around this time. The plunge is due to a couple things. One is profit taking. These investors many of them have been in the market since before Bitcoin was at $1,000. So of course there's some profit taking, and there's seasonality as well, which we've seen over the last couple years, and we saw about a 60-day to recovery in the last couple years.
Okay, so if it bounces back, then how far?
So right now,
how much higher does it go?
Sure. At the end of December, it was at about 14,000. So we saw that 30 to 35% dip. When we saw a similar dip in September, it took about 45 days to recover. So we could see that 45 days to recover to 14,000. There's a lot, as you mentioned, with the Bitcoin protocol that needs to improve its speed and cost of transfer. If that happens, you can see Bitcoin going 2x or 3x this year.
So how are global regulations impacting this? I mean, obviously, you're seeing a lot of mixed messages from countries around the globe.
We are, with Korea and China coming down on ICOs, mining exchanges. That's actually a recognition of how powerful they see these crypto assets. So I think that crypto assets are here to stay. China is right now understanding how they want to deal with it. And we'll see a lot of progress there. But the volatility helps in the active management world. It helps active managers actually take some profits as well.
I wonder if we'll see China and South Korea backtrack, though. I mean, this may be an unfair analogy, but if you look at, China blocking Facebook, everybody thought that that was only going to be temporary.
Right.
Of course, they saw the power of Facebook, and it hasn't changed, and it looks like it never will.
Yeah. So the wonderful thing about crypto assets is there's over 1,400 different cryptocurrencies. So I think what you could see with China is a development of its own ecosystem with cryptocurrencies as well, and that would be very exciting. I think that's just going to take some time to develop.
All right, I do want to take a look at the terminal chart, #BTV. 1928, this shows the slump. This shows how Bitcoin compares to other cryptocurrencies. I'm curious about China developing its own ecosystem. What would that look like?
It could look like other coins. Other regions, like Russia, for example, have looked into creating their own cryptocurrency. It could look like their own exchanges. It could look like their own mining farms as well. So there's a lot in the Bitcoin ecosystem. What BitBull tries to do is hedge and have investments in the active space that are mining funds and long-only funds and ICO funds with these new coins that come out. So I think there's so much involvement with these crypto assets that really in a year there could be even more than 1,400.
So where are you long and where are you short? Where do you see potential and where do you see potential destruction?
The recent story has been about, so the whole market of crypto assets was at 15 billion a year ago. Right now we're over 500 billion. So that's more than a 30x appreciation. But the story has been about Bitcoin actually lowering its dominance, going from 70% of the whole market cap to about 30%. What we see is these alternative coins and becoming a case for these alternative coins actually disrupting with their blockchains other industries, not only the store of value like Bitcoin does, but also payments, identity management, and other things that I think the story is about the alternative coins. And that's how the hedge fund managers actually profit. They don't just invest in Bitcoin, they invest in a lot of the alternative coins, ICOs, and then of course with the volatility, buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat.
So I'm just curious, as an investor, how's your heart rate? As you watch this go up and down, I mean, do you try to keep a sort of level head about this, or does your heart skip a beat when you see these big moves?
The markets don't stop. I think that for us, we know that our portfolio funds, so BitBull Capital is the first cryptocurrency fund of funds. We have many portfolio funds that their job is to hold in USD or the safer coins and get in at these lows. And that's what they've been doing. So the average BitBull portfolio fund, while Bitcoin performed at 1,400% last year, the average BitBull portfolio fund performed at 3,800% last year. So yes, it's a job, but there's a reason we do it.